the last 2 years before coming back as Mark Hubbard left for NC State, taking the job with the team in the ACC. We're ready to go here as the Broncos ranked 12th in the country. James down the left side. The Broncos got off to a feverish start against UVM in their 3-1 win just 3 days ago, up in Burlington, Vermont, beating the number 14 team in the country. They come out to New England, have to face 2 top 15 teams in the country. And Coach Wiseman, we talked with him this week, said, talked about how big of an opportunity it is, a type of feel with this game, an NCAA tournament type feel. Far side, Cormier has it knocked out. It's going to be a goal kick for the Wildcats.
Well, it's a fast start here for Western Michigan. The Broncos scored just 38 seconds into that game up at Vermont, and to take a 1-0 early lead. So Western Michigan wants to come out with a head of steam, and they certainly have put pressure on the Wildcat backs.
Broncos, again, unbeaten in 22 straight games, got their revenge against the Catamounts on Thursday. The last time they lost was August 24th of last year against UVM, so it's been quite some time. Now, a lot of new faces for the Wildcats, as only 14 players returned from last year. 15 as a foul coming up against the Wildcats, as dragged down to the ground there is Silmani.
Mateo Picardo, the right back, coming into this lineup, playing pretty stout, pretty tough down there.
Arpachinda off the free kick. Ball will bound towards the line, and UNH will fire that out. So it'll be a throw-in for Western Michigan here.
Well, I got a chance to watch a couple of scrimmages the Wildcats had here at Wildcat Stadium in the preseason. I think my takeaway from those are the Wildcats had to solidify the back line, making better passes out of the back, making sure of the passes that they were making, as they like to maintain the possession.
And towards the box.
But I couldn't tell who was who in those games, because one game they didn't wear uniforms and the other they changed numbers.
They were trying to throw you off in the scouting.
They certainly did, but there was a lot of good things we saw in those scrimmages, and I'm sure head coach Rich Weinrebe knows, smart guy, smart soccer guy, making adjustments and working on them in preseason practice, getting ready for the opener against BU the other night.
UNH with a 0-0 tie against the Terriers on Thursday down in Boston from Nickerson Field. And looking for their first win in this Rich Weinrebe era. It's been tough sledding for opponents here at Wildcat Stadium as a whole. The Wildcats, since the stadium opened just a few years ago, 61-5-9 all time. They're 9-0-4 in their last 13. And again, just a tough place for opponents to come in and play. Western Michigan, as Lauda comes out of his cage to make his first save of the day.
Yeah, Eric Lauda has rose up over the other 3 goalkeepers that are on the roster here for Coach Weinrebe. And he looked good in the preseason game. I could tell the goalies, but he looked pretty solid out there. And he's really earned that #1 spot. Played against BU the other night. Got a clean sheet.
Conde sends it down the left side. UNH looking to get something going. No shots thus far. Slowed up on the outside. That was Asher Barnes, the grad student, transferred over from Niagara University. Played in 61 games with 6 goals and 5 assists. Made his Bronco debut against UVM the other day, playing in 78 minutes. 2 of college soccer's best goalies squaring off in this one. Colin Welsh made his first start against UVM for the Broncos, and Coach Wiseman had just high praise for him and said He's going to be, our starter going forward, one of the best goalies in the game. Transferred over from Memphis, played 40 games for them. Was a 2022 AAC second team All AAC selection as the Wildcats moving towards the inside. Have some space on the outside. That one's blocked off the foot of Hodgson, our player to watch in the pregame, and a foul coming up against the Wildcats as Mateo Picardo with some contact on the near side draws the whistle 5 minutes in.
Yeah, Picardo out of Genova, Italy. Watch this, the Wildcats getting the quick feet going around the box area, and there's the attempted cross/shot by Zakulias. The takedown by Picardo. Fans are going to love him with that kind of toughness, that kind of energy.
A lot of new faces in Durham, as already mentioned, as UNH's 2 leading goal scorers who have been here for a while, Eli Goldman and Bilal Kamal, both graduated. And again, just Dylan Maxon and Ibrahim Konde, the 2 returners who scored goals for the Wildcats last year, back on their roster.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom, and that's all you're bringing back. But coaching staff out on the recruiting trail, picking up players from all over the world again.
Seen transfers from all over for the Wildcats. Federico Tellez not in the game right now, but the one player who came over from Northeastern with Rich Weinreb, he's still awaiting his UNH debut. Did not play against Boston University because of a red card in the last game he was with Northeastern. That opportunity from Hodgson is fought off on the inside by Moon there. Another transfer from Iowa Western Community College for these Wildcats. They've had a number of those over the last couple seasons. Moise Bonvito now actually just left the MLS to go play in France. But we will have more to say about Iowa Western Community College later in the game. But it's been quite the connection between UNH and that school out there in terms of players.
Yeah, it's great to see Moises get a lot of playing time for Canada during the Gold Cup, the CONMEBOL Gold Cup.
Towards the top there, Fisher, the captain. That's contact on the inside. The official will come over to talk things over. That's Ibrahim Konde again down. Another transfer from Iowa Community College. This just goes sliding into the back there of Carson Hodgson.
It's a little ironic. Our 2 feature players of the game collide with each other, innocuously running over to the sideline to get the ball. No foul called.
Hodgson Konde wearing that captain band, one of 3 captains for the Wildcats this year. Coach Weinreb really, praised the different leadership styles of 3 captains this year.
Yeah, I found that really interesting, that how different they are with their leadership roles. Great for a coaching staff to recognize that they're leaders in their own way.
Addie Hicks and Aaron Williams-Fernandez, a grad student and senior, the 2 other captains. That ball fought off wide. It'll be a goal kick for the Wildcats. As some quick-paced action. We're almost 9 minutes into this one.
Yeah, I think that ball wasn't supposed to be hit as hard as it was. A little more bender to it. Carson Hodgson, junior out of Mako, Michigan, serving that one up.
Deep in the UNH defensive zone. That ball is going to come out. Picardo not able to keep it in. And Western Michigan will now take over a very favorable position. Salmani tries to throw it on in. It's headed away, and it comes to the foot of Barnes. Barnes working to push off. That was Mikijika. 3 shots already in this one. 2 for the Broncos, 1 for UNH. As we mentioned in our open, both of these teams made it to the round of 16 in the NCAA tournament last year. UNH dropped a 1-0 loss to the eventual national champions, number 9 Clemson, here at Wildcat Stadium. UNH had their highest rank going into the tournament ever at number 8. And Western Michigan, as Lauda will scoop that one up. The Broncos were at the heels of Notre Dame, who ended up losing to Clemson in the final. Technically goes down as a tie, a 0-0 tie, which is why the unbeaten streak stays alive, but the Fighting Irish got the best of them in the PKs, 4-2. As a foul coming up here against the Broncos.
So you're saying pretty easily these two teams could have been meeting for the national championship last year.
Yeah, I'm saying
that's how close they were. I have to agree with you. Wholeheartedly.
I mean, there are a lot of good teams, but very, very excited to see. These are two of the best in the country right now. I mean, once you get that deep in the tournament, too, all those games are one-goal games, so close. Penalty shots to try to decide who's going to move on. But
UNH had their chances against Clemson, no doubt. They took them. It was not a dominating performance by the Clemson Tigers, but yeah, they did the same thing against UNH. They scored, and then they locked down the defense. They did that in all their tournament games.
Conde has it, trying to post up a defender. Is now weaving through the far side. That one's crossed in the middle. Hodgson will boot that out. As Noah James tries to sweep it away. Stays on the foot of the Wildcats, pushed ahead. Makijika swept off his foot. The Wildcats slowly creeping closer towards goal, but not able to get anything firm on the cage of Colin Welsh. Made 2 saves against UVM, allowing one as a errant pass there from Lauda. Turnover to the Broncos. They're coming the other way. 3 options to the left of Mercer, who's got taken down. And a free kick coming just outside the box. Grayson Mercer, who scored 2 of the goals against UVM in the Broncos opener. Slow to get up.
That was Aaron Racinos, who just got here in town, creating that foul over there just outside the box.
Racinos, a late addition to the roster, just a couple more days, 5-6 days ago. Did play against Boston University in his collegiate debut there. 19 minutes played. So a dangerous area here as the Broncos, 13 minutes in, are going to look to make something happen. Off the free kick, in towards the box. Still up in the air, and that one sent just wide off the foot of Tanner Hodgson. Looking for his first career goal, sent it to the right of the cage.
Anything can happen with a shot like that. You buried it to the ground, and it bounces, knocks off a leg or something. You can never tell. So mind players taking opportunities like that.
Mateo Picardo looking to weave through Silmani there. Ronnie Silmani, 59 minutes in that first game against the Catamounts. And a real challenge for Western Michigan coming out to New England and again facing these top 2 teams early on, and Coach Wiseman just kind of said that was how the dominoes fell in the scheduling. But if you want to be one of the best teams in the country, you gotta, try to get these reps in, and it pays off in the end of the season. As James goes sliding down looking for that ball, it comes to the far side. Sent in, swung towards the middle, and picked off. And now the Wildcats going the other way with some speed. Swung ahead. A quick shot, and that one goes just wide off the cage. Ibrahim Conde looking for his second goal in his career. Sent that one just wide on the runner.
Yeah, you look how the the two backs that were behind there for Western Michigan, how they kind of collapsed. And Gaber, he wanted that extra little cutback, but he couldn't make it because the second defender had slid over. But great effort, great transition by UNH.
Headed forward there by Williams Fernandez. One of these three captains. 3 seasons at Columbia College before coming to UNH last year. And Coach Weinrebe described him as a very vocal leader of this team. As James has that picked away from him. And now streaking the other way is McKijika. Some quick back and forth action. 15 minutes elapsed in this one. No shots on goal for either team. 3 shots in general for the Broncos, 2 for the Wildcats. So that pass looking for Gonzalez was intercepted by the Broncos. UNH moving towards their attacking third. Conde has some space. Post up by Chapelis. Conde is now triple teamed, sticking with it. Tries to get it into the box. UNH still with possession, and Western Michigan will finally clear.
Yeah, 8 Broncos back in the box there. Makes it really hard to do a one-on-one move. Yep, there's a foul. Broncos will come on out with that.
Jiwoo Lee, another transfer from Iowa Western Community College. He's been here for 3 years, though. As Conde coming down that left side. Similar play to what we saw just a few minutes ago. Stopped up there. And yeah, Pete, as you mentioned, a whole swarm of Broncos in their brown and yellow jerseys. As you see some of the transfers here from Iowa Western Community College, a few MLS draft picks and a few players still with UNH, and just a relationship that Coach Weinrebe and Coach Mark Hubbard had built with the head coach over at Iowa Western Community College.
Yeah, it's maybe one of those connections you would never think of, a Division I program and a community college all the way out in Iowa, but the gentlemen know each other, and you know, there's different needs for schools like that. You know, you go to a community college, you may want to work on your academics, just establish yourself there, play soccer as well.
Towards the box, that one goes sailing wide off the foot of Silmani. He had a goal last year and 4 assists. He was the 2021 Gatorade Michigan Boys Soccer Player of the Year in high school, looking to make something happen there for the Broncos.
Look at the high line the Broncos have here. They have 3 guys right along the edge of the penalty box, 2 guys a little bit back. They want to show the Wildcats they're going to bring it forward. They're not going to sit back as a visiting team and wait for the other, UNH to come at them.
UNH has definitely shown the edge in physicality, though. They've committed 7 of the 8 fouls so far in this one. As Schoolius tries to get a piece of that one. Schoolius has it again. A little bit towards the middle. And now Rousset. Mikijika trying to swarm through a few defenders on the Broncos. And now over 19 minutes into this game, still no shots on goal for either team. Push forward. Now Conde. Mikijika playing give and go with Conde, looking to move forward, and that ball just slips out, and it'll head into the possession of the Broncos.
The Broncos basically using a 5-2-3 setup. 2 in the middle are those Hodgson brothers. Pretty quick duo there with excellent ball skill, both of them.
Good speed moving forward there. Rosé all the way up to Conde. Conde, the runner, tried to look for someone in the middle. A second chance and a diving save by Welsh.
That was Matthew Gonsalves with the bid, the final bid.
Inches away there, I believe so. Inches away. Noah James now with it. Welsh making the first save for either goaltender in this one. Just scraping that out with his left mitt. Best scoring opportunity for either team. And you get another look at this one from behind the goal. It's Conde who ran up on it first. Oh, what a save.
Yeah, it's a mighty good save. Yeah.
See there, Colin Welsh, 133 goals against average with Memphis in his 40 games. He was the AAC goaltender of the week goalkeeper of the week 4 times in 2022. He is now on the near side. Scalias looking for a bid. That one goes just to the left.
UNH looking for any offense they can get here and get it towards the goal. It's probably thinking about how they should have scored some goals against Boston University on Thursday. They outshot BU 10-1, shots on goal 5-1 UNH, but they just couldn't break it through.
Jiwoo Lee on that last opportunity. Gonsalves playing give and go. Comes forward. Hopped over by Picardo. Diving stop. So we'll have our first substitution in this one. As a new rule in men's soccer this year, only 6 substitution windows for each team are allowed. So both teams will be utilizing one of the 6 thus far, as the UNH debut of Federico Teles is about to ensue here. Federico last year with Northeastern. He's their team leader in assists with 10, 14 points. Set a school record with 13 points in 2022 as Conde gets called for a foul there on the feet of Shannon.
Well, a little midway, past the midway point of this first half. And I think this is kind of exactly what we thought we'd see. Both teams show an enormous amount of talent, some creativity going out there, some excellent goalkeeping. These two teams, I think, are pretty balanced, pretty even.
Gonsalves tries to flip ahead to Conde. That ball just ahead of him. Conde pressured there in the corner as Scalias, right foot zinger, back of the box, went just wide. Off the head there of Gonsalves and nearly broke the scoring in this one.
Oh, I think he'd want that one back. Watch this service right to the far side with excellent pace. And the only thing is the head of the Bronco player who made an effort on the ball just allowed the sight line to change a little bit for Gonsalves. That one could have easily been in the back of the net.
Still just the one shot on goal for UNH, and it was a dandy of a save for Colin Welsh.
A great serve by Scalias. He's the player for the Wildcats who will take most likely most of the corner kicks.
We have a Bronco down on the far side there, coming off the heels of that UNH foul. It's Chapelis. Transferred over from Mid-America Nazarene University and logged 90 minutes in his first game.
I don't know what happened to that weather front that was supposed to come through here. It was looking very ominous at the end of the women's game. Thought it would be hitting here right as game time, kickoff time.
Trainers examining Chapelis. Yeah, as you can see there, some overcast skies, about high 70s or, yeah, 84 the temperature. Chapelis clearly banged up, needing to be helped off the field. Clock stopped at 20:16. So, as of right now, looks like nine players on for the Broncos right now.
They got to bring somebody on for it. It doesn't look like he's going to be coming back anytime soon, if at all.
Pretty banged up. To see Ibrahim Condé there.
The player now heading for the check-in line. Okay, this is probably going to bring him in. Okay.
So it's going to be Carter Cormier, transferred from Akron after his freshman year. Appeared in 5 games for Akron last year, making his Western Michigan debut. Long through ball, looking for Scalias. Forced out by the Broncos, and the Wildcats will chip back in.
You mentioned Akron. That's the next opponent for Western Michigan. Take on the Akron Zips.
Couple home games coming up. A 4-game homestand for the Broncos. They've got Akron, Villanova, Northwestern, and then Air Force. Conference play starts the following week, the 15th of September against Belmont University. UNH, nice back foot pass coming down the left side. A stop by Welsh and kept in.
Now the linesman down here, referee finally sees him. That ball went out of bounds after a couple of juggles, but what a almost one of those negative angle shots. What's this little heel right here? Outstanding, hitting the runner. Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure there was a pass available there for the Wildcats. Scalias was saying, hey, put it on my feet, but there were a lot of players right there. But excitement there, though, for the Wildcat fans. Filled in the stands nicely down below us.
The Wildcat faithful can certainly pack the place. Almost 4,000 people attended. Well, oh. Ended up being the Wildcats' last home game of the year last year against Clemson. So. A late kick there.
Okay, I think the Bronco player thought he was going to be able to pick up a card on the Wildcat player. I think that was Gonsalves. Kind of slow the play down. That's a typical thing soccer players do, and the free kick is called. Slow it down, get in the way.
Chipped ahead. Wildcats moving the other way, and we'll have a foul coming up on Villa Gomez. Wildcats will have the ball off the restart.
We've seen it a number of times already. The Wildcats, when they get the ball, they take off with excellent acceleration. You saw it right there. It turned into a foul. Looks like the Broncos want to catch up in that statistical category.
And finally, a yellow card is handed out here. It's going to be to Braxton Arpachinda. Tellez. Racino's now in the game as well for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Tellez was the one that made that zipping little run down the wing, and he's setting up for a free kick here. He's that transfer out of Northeastern. Just goes at 5'9".
Tellez, swinger into the box, looking for a foot, and it sails over the top of the net. Aaron William Fernandez, the captain, nearly putting that in.
What an opportunity for Fernandez. This is perfect service. Look at that from Tellez.
Just rode up on his foot a little bit. And skied it over the net. You can see his face, knew he missed it.
And then knew he had to get back about 60 yards. No time to let that get to you. You got to get back.
Wildcats with a 7-4 shots advantage on the Broncos. 2-0 shots on goal advantage. As Eric Lauda has yet to make a save for the Wildcats. Only had to make one save for the shutout against Boston University on Thursday. Player down on the far side. Start on a quick restart.
Yeah, it's a little step in foul.
Shannon. Now Scalias will dump that off. Scalias, transfer from the University of Virginia, had 3 goals and an assist in his time down with UVA. And that one just rolled out by the linesman.
Yeah, it just shows you, with this transfer portal, you're going to have teams going to restock with a whole myriad of players from different places. Who would think we'd get players from the University of Virginia, but I believe there's 2 on this side.
Broncos try to clear it out. Still in a dangerous area for them. Broncos losing 2 massive pieces from their team last year. Charlie Sharp, 20 games played, 19 goals. He led the entire country in goals. And Dylan Singh, as a shot from UNH goes up high. And Dylan Singh, 22 games played, 15 goals last year for the Broncos.
Matthew Gonzalez looking to blast that home. Boy, he's got a nose for the net. Look at this nice little ball. He sets it up one time right on the right peg, but it just launches. Gonzalez, another transfer, Cornell University.
A lot of transfers, especially for UNH. Coaching change. Coach Mark Hubbard brought 3 players down to NC State with him. Hubbard had led the Wildcats to 7 straight NCAA tournament appearances. As what a save by Welsh. Goes diving again, and he's made 2 beauties. Conde has it again. Wildcats are swarming. Back post, looking for Gonzalez. Kicked away by Shannon. And Conde is pulled down on the far side, just outside the box.
Yeah, watch the setup. Right boot. Great save. So many of these great chances by UNH. These aren't just shots that squib it on the goalie and you get a save for scooping it up. These are big time saves.
Grade A chances for the Wildcats. Welsh with 1 diving save to his left, 1 diving save to his right. Pulling out all the stops in his bag of tricks. As once again, Picardo and Tellez will be the 2 on the ball for the Wildcats. That ball just about 1.5 yards, 2 yards out on the 18-yard line. Wildcats will have another good area, as we saw Tellez set up Williams Fernandez in a similar spot just a few minutes ago on the back post. Tellez steps into it, blocked by the wall of the Broncos. Comes to Picardo, swinger in with the right foot, goes wide looking for Lee. Will roll goal off of a Bronco and stay in possession of the Wildcats, as a few Broncos are waiting to come on, and they will. Burkett and Ugbana come on.
Yeah, so one thing, you know, that this Western Michigan team is facing, it's the second game of a long trip. You know, you come out here, you played Vermont, and that was really a rematch of last year's first game of the season where Vermont won out in Kalamazoo. And so there was a little extra emotion for the Broncos at Vermont on Friday. They came out here with a whole head of steam to open this up, but UNH has kind of found their game, and they've been taking it to the Broncos here with 3 or 4 great opportunities on net.
Arian Racino sends that through. Double teamed. It comes to Conde. Another whistle and a foul against the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's going to be against Conde. It's all right. I'll slow things down a little bit.
Very fast-paced style.
It is. Both squads trying to get it upfield fast.
See, there are 9 fouls for the Wildcats. Some physical play, especially on the offensive side of the field. Dylan Maxson and Austin Bush now into the game for UNH. Dylan Maxson, the longest tenured member on this team, now in his 6th year, as Western Michigan down the far side, looking for a cross in the box, slid under the foot of one of the Broncos forwards there.
6 years on campus here.
6 years for Dylan Maxson.
Could you have made it through 6 years here?
We started at the same time, actually. This would have been my 6th year. I don't think so. I give him a lot of credit.
I only needed 7 to get my degree. No, just kidding. 4.5. Well, 3.5 here. But UNH is a great place. Being in school with all that pressure, it's a long time.
62 career games for Maxson, who's one of the heroes in the second-round game last year of the NCAA tournament against Syracuse, where they knocked off the defending champions. That was the only goal he scored last year. So when you think about it, UNH bringing back only 1 goal scorer who scored in the regular season last year. It was just a crazy statistic. But 35 minutes into this one against the Broncos, going toe-to-toe as these top 15 teams squaring off. A corner for the Broncos sent in, a header, missed shot, and a Broncos goal! Connor Burkett puts it into the back of the net, silences the UNH crowd, and Western Michigan has themselves a 1-0 lead.
After all that pressure by the Wildcats in the last 12, 15 minutes, you get this corner kick, and it just bounds down in there, and just kind of puts it right into the turf. There's a scramble down there, and the Broncos have the 1-0 lead.
A lot of space and time. It's Burkett's 2nd career goal. He had an assist on the 40th minute goal by Grayson Mercer there in that first game against the Catamounts. So 3 points early on in the season for Burkett. Wildcats looking for an answer.
Scored by number 11, Connor Burkett. Time of the goal, 36 minutes. That's Burkett, his first in this 36 minutes.
Still a lot of time here in the first half and the whole second half. UNH might be ruining the fact they missed a couple of golden opportunities.
2 big saves by Colin Welsh has kept the Wildcats off the board as Conde goes spinning into the ground off some intense pressure by the Broncos. And a huge goal for Western Michigan, who really flipped the tide. That was their first shot on goal in the game, as Picardo puts the spins on a few Broncos. And now Bush. Bush was the America East rookies on the all-rookie team. Swung back to Moon on that back line. Wildcats moving right to left. Swinger towards the box. As it looked like Bush was going to be offsides there, he held up. And it will tip off Picardo. for a Western Michigan throw-in.
I am impressed with the speed Picardo has. What an engine he has.
Burkett, goal scorer for the Broncos. Some contact in the middle and open space ahead for Owen Smith. That one broken up by Williams Fernandez. That ball was looking to be played ahead for a second big scoring chance for the Broncos. 8 minutes to go here in this first half. Andrew Gardner, Pete Webster here with you. The second game on the day here at Wildcat Stadium. The UNH women's team dropped a 1-0 battle to the Yukon Huskies, tipped off at 2.
It's great for UNH to bring in a couple of quality opponents for a doubleheader here, as the students are now on campus. School starts, classes start in a couple of days. Tuesday, I believe.
That time of year, collegiate sports season kicking off. Both of these teams playing in their second game of the year. Western Michigan with a 3-1 win over the number 14 Vermont Catamounts up in Burlington on Thursday. UNH a 0-0 tie. Boston University Terriers down in Boston on Thursday as well. Through ball, not able to connect with a Wildcat. And with 6:43 left, Welsh will go and chase that down for a goal kick. You can see a lot of the players very sweaty. Temperatures still warm despite the sun being behind clouds.
Yeah, it's going to be warm down on the field anyways with the turf. I did go down into the crowd in between games and saw a few friends, and it didn't seem as toasty as it was before the women's game. That was hot.
That was hot. Sun was out mid-afternoon. Still in the 80s right now. You get this late summer New England push of heat, which we always seem to get around this time of year. I'm sure we'll have one more day in the 90s somewhere mixed in there. And September just around the corner.
The lights are on here at Wildcat Stadium.
Starting to get darker and darker, unfortunately. The sun will set around 7:30 here. It's the Wildcats with the ball now. 5:23 left to play in this first half. Picardo pushes to his left for Brosset. UNH looking to just try to slow things down here, generate one big opportunity. As now on the far side, Racinos, the cross, headed away, and a corner coming up here for the Wildcats.
All right, just first corner for UNH. We'll see what they can do on this. Let's see, Schoolius is in the game. Normally he took just about all the corners against BU the other night.
Schoolius has been subbed out the first 33 minutes.
Federico Tellez setting up for this corner kick.
Tellez took both free kicks from this side as well. Will take the corner. That one twisting towards the top of the box. And the Broncos will chip that one out towards the middle of the field. Moon will chase to keep that in. Back foot pass and just an errant mistake there. Goes out of play. A 3-1 shots on goal advantage for the Wildcats, but the Broncos a little more opportunistic, scoring on their one opportunity. Like Connor Burkett, his first goal of the season, played 18 minutes in their first game. Broncos in a quick restart as the ball finds Tellez. I mentioned Tellez. Transfer from Northeastern. 3-time All-CAA selection. First team in 2021, second in 2022, first team again in 2023. Total 11 goals and 27 assists in his time with the Huskies. Proven track record coming off the bench for his UNH debut in this one. Picardo down the right side will chip ahead. Wildcats looking to set up here. It's Bush. Bush sending it into the box. No one there. He was looking for Jiwoo Lee. Wasn't too close to that one. And into crunch time here in this first half. 2:38 to go, and another long pass by the Wildcats goes out of play.
The stop of the clock here. The referee's going to have some words for a Bronco players. Perhaps giving him too much of his mind. That is the captain wearing the armband down there.
Two minutes and change to go in this first half. UNH switches sides. It's Picardo right back. They'll lose control of that. Goes sailing out, but the linesman says the Broncos touched it last. It'll stay in possession of the Wildcats. Picardo appeared in just 2 games last year for the Wildcats. Game against BU was his first start as Bush has a chance and another diving stop by Welsh. That one didn't have as much heat on it, but still a challenging save.
Sure, it forced Welsh to go down and get it. But yeah, little throw in. One little pass and it ends up with a shot on goal.
Some traffic in front. Western Michigan will try to move things the length of the field. Haven't had much action on the left side of the field the last 20 or so minutes. Besides the 1 goal for the Broncos, it's been mostly UNH possession. 10-5 lead in shots. Broncos stay on sides. Looking to move forward again, and just a miscommunication there.
I could have sworn that was offside, and I waited. No flag of the referee went up. It's really close.
Clock ticking down in these final 30 seconds of the first half. UNH looking to make one last swooping attempt as contact between Conde and Cormier. And a foul will come against Cormier. Or excuse me,
Yeah,
against Conde, yeah.
I think it was offsides. I don't know, maybe it was a foul too.
Might have been, I think it was offsides.
8, 7, 6,
Final seconds of this first half. Clock will drain on out as Welsh will just boot it to the sidelines. And the Broncos come on into Wildcat Stadium and sport a 1-0 lead after the first 45 minutes of play. The Broncos will start with the ball. And again, mentioned this a little bit earlier as the Broncos will move left to right in those brown and yellow jerseys. 2 key losses for the Broncos. Charlie Sharp, the national leader in goals last year with 19, and tied for 3rd was Dylan Singh with 15 goals. And Coach Wiseman described them as first ballot Western Michigan Hall of Famers, and said, you know, we can't really specifically replace them, but we can try and kind of reload and replicate in other areas. But the Broncos seemingly overall 3 goals in their first game against UVM, and a goal in the first half here. Offense not a problem thus far.
Yeah, they've had a nose for the goal when they needed it. And it wasn't the greatest of shot that Burkett scored on the Wildcats. It was just what it had to be, beaten into the ground and just get the goalie tilting a little bit, and you're up 1-0.
Looking over to the right side, goaltender Eric Lauda for the Wildcats. Some shadows starting to creep in, and the sun kind of right in his face. Curious to see how that may play a factor, as this rainbow ahead of, or right over UNH right now is very bright, as Mikijika sends it forward on the near side here and played forward. Mercer had 2 goals in the last game, transfer from Michigan State, trying to fill that void up front that was left by both Sharp and Singh.
Yeah, the Wildcats on the attack from our right to left. A little bit of an angle towards the Broncos goal, where the Wildcats can be looking back into the sun.
Racinos, again, a late addition to the Wildcats roster, has been playing as a member of the New York Red Bulls organization the last 5 years. Was last a member of the New York Red Bulls 2, their feeder team there. On the far side, Wildcats looking to go to work, as 2.5 minutes have now elapsed in this first half. Mikijika comes to it. Racinos plays forward. Ibrahim Conde on the bench to start this second half. Mikijika looking with his right foot, goes sprawling at it with his head. Gonzalez comes to support, and it goes sailing wide. That one just missed. That was Jiwoo Lee who came in to support as well.
Yeah, I think he was half shooting and half just trying to pummel it, because there was a conglomeration of Wildcat players right there at the corner of the penalty box. And when you get that close, there's too many of you. That could be a dangerous transition situation. Pounded it, got it all the way through.
Western Michigan looking for a second straight Missouri Valley Conference championship. Their first year in the conference last year, they were able to win that, as Williams Fernandez down to the ground after the physical play there.
You see all this changing of conferences. The last time I checked, Michigan was nowhere near the Missouri Valley. But, and we see some of the major conferences with their transitions they're going through.
Big Ten, a big shakeup. No more Pac-12.
Yeah, I think that's the big one. No more Pac-12.
UNH had a big game against a Pac-12 opponent 3 years ago. Went out to Oregon State, the #1 team in the country. In the round of 16, lost a nail-biter 1-0 game to the Beavers. It's now on the far side. Wildcats swarming, looking for Tellez in front, punched out by Welsh. Stays on the foot of Racinos. The newcomer has a go at it. Would have counted for 3 if we were playing American football. It was just high.
Racinos saw the space and just got to get that on goal again. That's another one of those finishing touches. You just need to make it happen. So much of that play was good. You got the save by the goalie. He tipped it out right to a Wildcat player.
Rain starting to drizzle here despite the sun being out. Just a slight bit of rain. It's thrown in by the Broncos. It's Newhoof into the game. In his Western Michigan debut against UVM, a transfer from LSU Shreveport. And sent the other way, all the way back to Newhoof. push the ball ahead towards the middle of the field. Has a forward there. The last second clearance by the Broncos sends it the other way. Working down the far side. Comes to Noah James for the Broncos. Western Michigan will just go ahead and clear.
Yeah, I think that's what the Broncos are going to do a lot, is just clear, get rid of the pressure, and they'd be happy to slide out of here with a 1-0 win. I know we've got over 38 minutes left. It might be a little too early to say that kind of thing, but it's a long road trip for them. Probably came out on Thursday, battled Vermont Friday.
Hodgson, our player to watch in the pregame open, tries to center one. Looking for Owen Smith, the grad student transfer from Oakland. A total of 58 games for the Golden Grizzlies. And it will be a UNH ball. Off the restart. Give and go. Schoolias. A little bit of a misstep there. As Velez was coming back to play that ball. Now on the far side, it's Picardo. Will chip ahead looking for Gonzalez. Gonzalez posts it up against Shannon. Had a goal against UVM, his first career goal on his first career shot, the redshirt freshman. Making an impact early in his career. Transfer from Iowa Western Community College. Picardo will send a swinger into the box. That will loft on out of play in a UNH corner coming here after the captain, Landon Fisher, sends it out.
Yeah, this will be a good time to make it happen for the Wildcats.
Just the second corner kick for UNH this afternoon.
Send over to Les to take this with the left foot in swinger.
Five players in the box for UNH. The header goes just wide. And another good opportunity for Gonzalez. Transfer for Cornell. He had 5 goals in his career over there. Has a nose for the net, but hasn't been able to put one into the back of it quite yet.
Yeah, the Wildcats went on the short run. Gonzalez was hooked up right with the goalkeeper. And then came towards the ball to the front edge of the 6-yard box. Got a good header on that.
Gonzalez with some veteran experience in the NCAA tournament as well. Cornell Big Red advanced to the round of 16 back in 2022, which he was a part of. He was bounding over by the scorers table.
Yeah, that experience will be really important when you get down to that stretch run into the regular season and into the playoffs. But you got to make sure you get there first.
UNH's next game will be next Saturday against the College of William and Mary. And then the start of a 4-game road trip at Princeton, all the way out to California to play UC Santa Barbara, Hofstra. And then at UVM for their first America East game on September the 28th. Won't be back home after Saturday until October the 1st against Northeastern, where Rich Weinrebe will square off against his former team.
Yeah, that's a long stretch on the road, some tough games. The Wildcats have got to gain confidence in putting the ball in the back of the net. Right now, 1.5 games. We're well into the second half here. The Cats have not put one home yet.
10.5 minutes into the second half. Wildcats still with a 13-5 overall shots advantage, 4-1 on shots on goal. Ji Woo Lee, the leader for the Wildcats, with 4 shots. handful of players, 5 to be exact, sharing the lead. For the Broncos, each with 1. Schoolius dumps it back. Cats set up on the right side of the field as some contact there. Official will call a foul against the Broncos. The Wildcats have had most of their best opportunities off these free kicks. Tellez has had some good ball placement inside the box.
We'll see who's going to take this. You got Picardo is out there as well. 5 Wildcats set up inside the box, just barely inside the box.
Picardo to the left, Tellez on the right. Picardo will swing in, and it's quickly headed out by the Broncos. Racinos, the freshman from Stamford, Connecticut, plays back over to Picardo. Rosé, back line for the time being, and the takeaway by the Broncos, a dangerous opportunity. And it goes right of the net and down in front of the net. I believe that's Williams Fernandez.
Yeah, that's a nerve-wracking moment there with that turnover.
Good slide tackle. It was Williams Fernandez. Some nice defense by the back to come back and make the play. Still down.
And Mercer on the attempt for the Broncos. I think that was number 17, transfer from Michigan State University. Had 2 goals in their opening game up there in Vermont.
So the clock is stopped at 32:15 left to go in the second half.
Wildcats, they have to score. This rainbow's not going to hang out forever. it's still hanging out strong though.
Be a sign of good luck as Williams Fernandez at least able to sit up. Still down on the ground. See Grayson Mercer there. His first career multi-goal game came against Vermont in the opener. 4 goals and an assist back in 2024 for the Spartans. Williams Fernandez is like his lower left back. Be the problem area.
Yeah, they get run over and twisted up pretty good down there.
See Rich Weinrebe there. Again, the last 2 seasons spent at Northeastern, back at his alma mater of UNH after 8 seasons on the staff from 2014 to 2021. 5-year tenure within that as the associate head coach and the recruiting coordinator. And as we just mentioned, in his final season, Wildcats got to the round of 16 after a 17-2-2 record and lost at the hands of Oregon State. He was the captain of the Wildcats for 2 years as well when he played.
Yeah, he's a UNH guy through and through. I like people like that.
Both coaches coaching at their respective alma maters. And of course, Chad Wiseman, quite the resume as well. 124, 55, and 31. He's just 2 wins away from becoming the all-time winningest coach in Broncos history. And 3 Coach of the Year award wins in 2 different conferences under his belt. A few national tournament appearances up to the round of 16. Some pretty big resumes. We're back under action. Broncos off the corner again. That ball tipped. It's got some funky spin to it. It's going to stay on in. And Eric Lauda will scoop it up.
Yeah, nice attack on that corner kick by Lauda to get a paw on it, deflect it out.
Haven't had to say Lauda's name a ton today, but stepping into the full-time starter role this year for the Wildcats. Played only 4 games for them last year. Had 3 saves. But in 2021 and 2022 at Tufts, 39 games, 21 shutouts. As a foul coming up against the Broncos here in dangerous territory. Christian Shannon looks like grabbing at his nose. Just about a similar spot to where we saw the Wildcats take a free kick just minutes ago.
All right, Austin Bush, the Wildcat, in on that. Looked like one of the Bronco players might have taken one to the schnoz. But that'll be another Wildcat free kick over there on the right flank.
5 players in the box for the Wildcats right now. 7 for the Broncos. Sent in, back corner, just off the left foot. There, that was Mikijika.
Yeah, what is that, about the 5th or 6th time we've had a shot, an attempt.
It's like we've seen a...
And the players know they could do better on something like that.
Just rolled up on his foot almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really difficult. It's really challenging to hit that out of midair, and you're trying to get that on goal, which is about a 100-degree angle from where it's coming from.
Nearly 15 minutes into the second half of play. And the Broncos, 30 minutes to go. Too early to decide a winner in this one, obviously, but so far, successful New England road trip with the win against UVM. It'll be home cooking once they get back to Kalamazoo. Lauda plays forward wearing the full neon orange goalie kit today. Through ball attempted to be pushed to Mikijika. And the second opportunity there was pushed away. Broncos playing some tight defense. Moves to the far side. Rusinos moving with space, switches to his left. Left-footed strike, and that goes sailing over the net.
Once again, gotta get it on frame. On frame. See the Wildcats warming up. 5 or 6 players. Ibrahim Kandi is one of them. Well, he was just being attended to by a trainer wrapping up something. I wonder if he got a little knock in that first half and it slowed him down here. That's why he hasn't played yet in the first 16 minutes of this half.
Not seen Kandi yet. Correction on that last shot. That was Michael Skoulias who took that one from the far side. Rusinos now right on the end line. Pick up by the Broncos. It's Carson Hodgson. Plays forward to Grayson Mercer. Mercer had 2 goals against UVM the other day and smartly plays it off Moon. And we'll have another Broncos corner kick coming up. This will be the 4th of the evening for them, and we've seen a success rate of 33% already.
Yeah, once Mercer saw that turnover, he started to make a diagonal run kind of towards the corner flag. I like those corner runs, but he was able to free himself up and get a lot of space.
Sent in far post, looking there for Barnes. Whiffed on the header attempt. Some good hustle on his way back. Picks up the foul. The Wildcats will head the other way. 27-37 left to go in this one. And these 2 programs, 2 of the tops in the nation right now. UNH ranked number 9, Western Michigan ranked number 12. As Rusinos gets taken down, a foul, excuse me, it's just going to stay a throw-in for UNH. Ball will be directed to Grosset. Comes from France. Far side. Ball intended for Tellez, who's picked off by Newhoff. Still just the 1 shot on goal for the Broncos, the one to find the back of the net. Telez. Give and go there. Scalias. Now Williams Fernandez switches sides of the field, and it comes over to Racinos. Arian Racinos. And ball will go off the Broncos. We're going to see another corner kick here for the Wildcats. Kijika had that one stripped off his feet.
And now we're going to see the re-entry of Ibrahim Condi. Looking to get the Wildcats on the scoreboard here.
Jiwoo Lee will come on out. He's played all 64 minutes in this game thus far. Again, Conde played all 45 minutes in that first half. And maybe just preserving a little energy. Pete did say maybe wrapping something up, but maybe finish off the last 25.5 minutes of this game.
The referee is going to have a talk with some Wildcat players in there, perhaps expanding their area with some elbows.
Connor Burkett also comes out of the game, the goal scorer for the Broncos. And Scalias will take this corner for the Wildcats. Headed in, opportunity, and another one just skied on out of the stadium.
That's like a rugby angle.
Off those left side. That was Telez, grad student from Northeastern, making his UNH debut again today. Did not play against BU because of a red card in the final game of Northeastern season last year, serving his one-game suspension down in Boston.
Oh, you mean the NCAA has a memory like that? Darn.
New school, new season, yeah. It all rolls over. Jump ball header between James and Kijika. UNH smartly play this into the corner and try to push it away. Pass intended there for Noah James. In his freshman campaign last year, played 22 games, started in 20 of those. Back to Moon on the back line. Kijika really split that role as a midfielder, going up on the offensive attack, dropping back, playing a little more defense. He's now chasing after it. It's Newolf. Foul coming up here against the Wildcats.
UNH's 11th foul of the game. Been physical, but that's what Coach Weinrebe would want. Good level of physicality.
UNH off the start, I believe, had 8 or so fouls in the first 15 minutes or so. Slowed down a little bit. They still have 10 fouls compared to 9 of Western Michigan. And you see in the second half, Western Michigan 5. The Wildcats have had a clean last 22 or so minutes in this second half. It's rifled up the side and goes out of play. 22.5 minutes left to go in this one. Western Michigan still up 1-0 off the goal from Connor Burkett. Has some speed ahead for Federico Telez. He kicks to the far side. They'll be played into the box. Conde just whiffed on it. Almost looked like he wanted to pass up on it, but his facial expression says differently.
Yeah, that would, even just to get the side of the foot on it and deflect it towards the net is what he'd want. But yeah, just missed.
Hodgson grabbing at Racinos. That little dump pass off to Conde. You can see him still holding his head. A little bit frustrated after that missed opportunity. Telez on the near side. Playing keep away from Barnes. Two of the transfers, many transfers two teams. Makijika taking his time. Makes a move, right foot into the box. Still loose. Wildcats looking to get a shot off and cleared out by Hodgson.
Yeah, just not enough space for Schoolias to make any kind of move in there and turn and shoot.
Makijika once again versus Barnes. Makes a move, right foot in towards the middle. Sends a swinger. Too much traffic to have that find the net. And it just goes sailing wide.
Yeah, now you may find the Wildcats looking at the clock a little bit, thinking every opportunity has to be a shot.
Wildcats in danger of dropping home opener here, as you can see the emotion from Terry Makijika. Played for Arizona Western College. 30 goals in 36 games and was a first-team NJCAA All-American in 2023. Another one of the newcomers for the Wildcats. Some grabbing going on in the middle of the field there. Smith, that ball goes all the way down to Welsh, who will just gobble it on up.
Yeah, it would have been an offside call anyways, as Conde was a good yard offside on that service.
Asher Barnes now with it. A little bit of shoving going on from Makijika.
Makijika doing a nice job of just sticking his leg in between the legs of the Bronco and just swiping it like he was still in his Halloween candy jar.
Wildcats still with possession. First of two home games in the next 6 days. We'll face off against the College of William and Mary here at 6 o'clock on ESPN Plus on Saturday. Recinos to Condi. And now Makijika, swinger towards the inside. Good opportunity there, but just a little bit in front of a Wildcat.
Schoolias, who was had the late run over there, but it from his outside back position was just a little too optimistic about making that one click.
Ronan Wilcox entering the game for Western Michigan. He was a redshirt in 2022, made his debut last year against Detroit Mercy, playing 17 minutes in that game. As Pete mentioned, time quickly becoming a major factor for UNH in this one. So we may start seeing a more laid-back approach offensively from Western Michigan. Similar kind of flow to this game in terms of scoring as the women's game went earlier. UConn went up 1-0 in the first half. UNH a little more of a struggle offensively in that one, but UConn more so just played defensive soccer in the second half, and we'll see if that's what kind of transitions the Broncos here in the last 17 minutes. As you see, Makijika is getting vocal.
Yeah, you can see the Broncos just hoping for that, that next little miscue by the Wildcats as UNH will probably throw an extra player or two up into the attack. And you're looking for that one good play, one good misplay, one good pass to seal this deal, and by going up 2-0.
Left-footed punch through forward by Recinos. Tellez plays back. And here come the Wildcats. Makijika, a great slide tackle there by Owen Smith. The Wildcats keep it alive, looking for Conde. Makijika is down on the ground in a heap. Play continues. Western Michigan going the other way, making a run at it is Grayson Mercer. Lauda will kick that up. Makijika is now back up on the far side, trying to walk back on sides. As now towards the middle of the field, Tanner Hodgson. See both Hodgson brothers in this one. A little bit too much contact there, and a foul against the Broncos.
Yeah, I think McKittrick just getting taken down. He was gassed. Made a couple of runs over here. Just needed a few extra seconds to gather himself. Now he's back up and he's got his wide position. There have been some outstanding plays, moves, combinations by UNH, just not on the finishing end.
Now Tellez with it. Wildcats switching sides, and another errant pass results in a turnover. That one by Rosé, just ahead of Racinos. Wildcats just haven't been able to fully put it together in a sequence. Broncos still with just the one shot on goal. And still four for UNH. In the second half, we haven't seen a shot on goal from either team. Conde going up and catches a hand up high. It was Tanner Hodgson getting in the face of Conde.
I think Conde is going to draw a yellow card on the Bronco player. Yep, so the referee is saying he's got his elbow out.
Yellow card to Tanner Hodgson. You see that arm as Conde, just kind of clips him there. Just enough, so a warning for Tanner Hodgson. Hodgson's played 28 minutes in this one, has one shot. And UNH will set up with another free kick as we're under 15 minutes to go in this one. It'll be Federico Tellez.
Every Bronco behind the ball.
All but two in the box. Tellez leaves it a bit short. Comes to the side. Mikijika, left foot, swipes it in. It's sliding towards the line, and it'll go out for another Wildcats corner on the near side.
Oh, not the greatest of serves by Mikijika, but he tried a left foot curl in there, and I think he got a little too much of the turf. But here we go.
Federico Tellez will take the corner once again. Seen him take the majority of the free kicks and corners for the Wildcats. This will be their fourth this afternoon. Looking for the equalizer. Mikijika on the head, can't connect. Wildcats still have it in the box. There's a Bronco down on the ground. It'll be blown dead.
Yeah, I think there was a clash of heads in there or something, and the referee let it go long enough, but then he sees the player in pain with his hands up around the top of his head, so he blows the whistle. It's going to be the right thing to do.
That's Christian Shannon, the red shirt freshman, who had a goal in that first game against the Catamounts. You see the contact down in front of the net there.
Right. His clashed heads with his own player.
Another Bronco he collided with.
Yeah, that's why the referee let the play go on as long as he did.
A couple of the Wildcats definitely looked to be a little bit shocked. It was blown as soon as it was dead. But nonetheless, 14:05, we'll get a restart here. Colin Welsh will have it.
We're wondering why the referee has blown the whistle here. Did he just want a fresh restart with the ball on the ground? I think the goalie picked it up, made it like he had made a save and was carrying it to the top of the box.
explanation yet. That's Jordan Cavaco, the official today. Douglas Scafidi and Sam Makaled, the 2 linesmen.
The linesman was checking something at the scorer's table.
So it'll be a drop ball. Very seldom see those, and Welsh will just play. A little bit of a time adjustment, but 13:49 is where we stand right now. Left to go in this second half. Through ball by Hodgson. Stopped up, Mercer. Back to Tanner Hodgson. Looking to make something happen here. Tried to dump it down low for Wilcox, but had a little bit too much on that one and just rolled out of play. And you can see Wilcox there talking with the official.
Yeah, there was one of those runs, I think, that Western Michigan was looking for some space. Got it down the right wing side. Tried the quick ball into the middle. Just Broncos just looking for a little opportunity to get a second goal.
Owen Smith now directs towards the left side. That's Newolf. And he's taken down on a nice slide tackle there by Austin Bush. Recorded 3 goals last year.
Yeah, Austin Bush, one of those kind of local kids out of Southampton, Mass. Came in here as a freshman and got a lot of quality playing time under Mark Hubbard. He'll be looked to be a key component of this offense.
Nice slide on a block there by the Broncos. And a push off by Tellez. Official says play on. Gonzalez has it. That was Noah James, who might have caught the hand up high from Tellez. Both number 10s from each team involved in that. And now 12 minutes to go. The captain, Williams Fernandez, moving with it, and he's got some space. Williams Fernandez moving down the right side. It'll be cleared on out by Christian Shannon and booted up near the bleachers on the fieldhouse side of the stadium.
Yeah, that was a nice run by your center back captain, Aaron Williams Fernandez. The Englander looking to make a big statement here. We have a foul on Western Michigan on the far side of the field.
A lot of arms raced on the bench. Yeah. They don't agree with that.
This is where head coaches make their money. You're on the road, under 11 and a half left. You're up by a goal. You want to round out this New England weekend against America East opponents with another win. That clock can't go fast enough for a coach.
Picardo sends it in, the header to Conde, and he just misses it. Seems like multiple times tonight, Ibrahim Conde has nearly had it, and he's a little slow to get up.
I think there was a Wildcat who got a header on it in the first play on this. Let's see if we see a... Yeah, there was a little skip play off a header. I didn't catch who that was.
Looks like that was Jaya Moon. Well, the backs mixing it up there in the box. And still no shots on goal for either team, as we're slowly creeping towards the 10-minute to go mark in this second half. High foot there by Moon. As Conde going at it. Now Gonzalez down the left side, tries to make a move, and he just misses it. It goes over the crossbar by mere inches. He's arguing that it was deflected off a Bronco. Yeah, we've got one official pointing towards a corner. We've got one with the goal kick.
I'm going to go with the referee.
As I said, this is like 2013 Packers Seahawks. Is it an interception? Is it a touchdown? It's going to be a corner kick for the Wildcats. And Federico Tellez, or Fetty, as Coach Weinrebe called him, sends it on in. Back post, blocked by Shannon, and a foul against the Wildcats will clear that opportunity.
Going back to that opportunity by the Wildcats, Gonsalves, wow, what a move he put on the defender to get outside and get that shot on net. And another outstanding save by Colin Welsh. He really has been the story, keeping the Wildcats off the scoreboard. Yeah, a little delay with the referee. Going to explain something to Chad Weissman, 12th season head coach for the Broncos.
You can tell, though, both of these teams just have, in these programs of such high quality, and regardless of the outcome for both of these teams, definitely a very successful season projected for both clubs. As down into the corner, Grayson Mercer has it. Slowed up by Moon. Mercer still holding on to it, looking for a Bronco that went through the legs of James. And it slid forward. Now Fisher, and the captain for this team, in his 6th season as well with Western Michigan after COVID, some redshirts, some injuries. And the Broncos starting to set up on offense for one of the first times this half. That ball will come out. Rosé was not able to keep it in.
Yeah, I think this is the longest span Western Michigan has had the ball in the Wildcat half in this half.
It absolutely has. Again, 61% possession time, excuse me, for the Wildcats. And there's in those first 45 minutes. We don't have the numbers right now for the second half, but definitely matching around that total.
Yeah, if not more. But the numbers on the scoreboard wouldn't matter, and it's 1-0 Western Michigan.
UNH has run with a short bench today. Tellez, Bush, and Maxon, the only 3 off. As Mercer weaving through, he's still got the ball near side. It went off Lauda. Hodgson still with it, sends it far post, and that was Silmani who almost was able to have a piece of it. Roni Silmani on the far post. So first save of the game by Lauda. Now the Wildcats with just about 7 minutes and change to make something happen.
Bodies flying all over the place over there. And the referee just says, let's keep it going.
This is crunch time. Players leaving all of it out there. It's a nice crowd on hand for the home opener of the Wildcats this year. Wildcats on the brink of dropping the home opener in 2 of the last 3 seasons. In 2022, lost the 1-0 game to BU. In a game that was also dominated by the Wildcats. Western Michigan has been the more opportunistic team as pass sailed forward for McKijika. Couldn't connect. Marcinos, McKijika. Now has some space ahead of it. Gets past one defender. Will swing it right to Picardo. Mateo Picardo leaves it down low. Austin Bush sends one into the box, looking for Conde. Couldn't connect. Picardo keeps it alive, swings it out of bounds. And a goal kick coming up.
Conde on that service thought he had a path to the header, and just it seemed like at the last second a Bronco came out of nowhere to head it away. Conde was left bent over. It looked like it was going to come right to his head.
Mateo Picardo draws out after playing 84 minutes. Played 71. That's a new 71 against BU. 84 is a new career high for Picardo. As now it's Tanner Hodgson going the other way. Western Michigan trying to drain as much time as they can. A little bit of a shove. And Mercer just holding on to the ball. The official will come on over. And there's a stern talking to Mercer to get rid of the ball.
Well, Mercer was wondering why there wasn't a pushing foul on the Wildcats. And I can't blame him for questioning that. He might be a little too early to try to take the ball to the corner flag and kill precious seconds. We still have about 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, he's going to get a yellow card for that, and also a firm two-handed shove from Aaron Williams-Hernandez. So Grayson Mercer again at the 2 goals against UVM. And that's now 3 yellow cards on the day for Western Michigan. Foul against the Wildcats. It's Landon Fisher, the captain, down on the ground. Clock continues to tick down, and Western Michigan really taking their time here.
Yeah, sure. You get down to this time of game, throw-ins, free kicks. The leading team, in this case, the Broncos, are going to take as much time as they can, and it'll be 20, sometimes 30 seconds that come off the clock.
Now under 4 to go. Wildcats in desperation mode as Conde, a little bit of a grab against him there. Stuck on the foot of Tellez. Austin Bush. The Wildcats looking to switch sides of the field now. Moon. Sends to Racinos. That one will stick in favor of the Wildcats. Wilcox, whose foot it went off. They're throwing.
Yeah, Broncos doing a nice job of stepping in front of the Wildcats when they try to make these passes and throw-ins complete.
Racinos now with it, tries to cross top of the box. Wildcats will send back to Williams-Fernandez. Pushes to the right side. He's got both Maxson as well as Bush over there, and Bush's shot was blocked. Western Michigan bench starting to get rowdy as they can taste their second victory of the year, just 3 minutes away. A long throw-in from Newolf. Grayson Mercer is going to take this into the corner and do about what he did the first time in the corner and just pin that up and try to burn some clock. Well, James comes to support. And James gets thrashed to the ground.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a call on that too. It's going to be a free kick for the Broncos.
Williams-Fernandez sent James to the ground. Play will restart under 2 minutes to go. Kept in, Wildcats will throw it, trying to go upstream. And now, one of the final rushes for UNH. Racinos. Tension starting to build. That one knocked out of play. And with 1 minute and 37 seconds, the Wildcats have one more throw-in. Makijika dumps it off to Maxson with his left foot. Goes to Racinos. Gives to Tellez. Goes just past the reach of his foot. Past Maxson as well. With 1 minute 17. Wildcats looking to set something up. Eric Lauda, the goalkeeper for UNH, all the way up towards the midfield line. Now on the far side, it's Bush. He's got Maxson to his right. Tries to go towards the center of the field, wasn't able to connect, and it comes back to Williams Fernandez. Under a minute to go now in this one. Western Michigan 53 seconds away from victory. The goal from Connor Burkett midway through the first half, the lone tally thus far. Makijika being grabbed, comes to the top. The left foot on over. Racinos comes back to Tellez. Crowd is starting to get into it. Tellez, a fire. It goes off of a Bronco, and the Wildcats are going to have one last corner here. Eric Lauda is going to come up, and we've got a clock stoppage with 25 seconds left. As what a sequence there. Tellez blisters a shot off the head of Ronan Wilcox, and he's gonna be feeling that one in the morning.
Oh, he's going to be feeling that all night, too. Took it on the back of the cranium.
We got some good headrests on the plane for the flight back.
It just tells us that Tellez has got one heck of a boot.
Student section getting into it with the cowbell, banging on the bleachers, as Tellez will take the corner on the far side. 6 corner opportunity for the Wildcats today. Everyone's in the box, including Lauda, the goalie. Swung in, far side, Conde wasn't able to get to it. It'll be thrown out, and one more throw in for the Wildcats. 15 seconds left to go. It's stripped away. Conde still has it, throws it in. Only 1 or 2 Wildcats in the box. A header up towards the cage. Welsh comes down with it. He's going to hold on to it, and it's celebration time for the Western Michigan Broncos. They come in and hand the Wildcats only the 6th loss in the history of Wildcat Stadium.